Baby, let's just dance, dance. Let's just dance, baby. I just wanna dance, 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 dance. Can you feel it? Can you take it? Can you come and breathe it? All of this electricity. Do it right now, right now. Turn the volume up loud. Give me your electricity.
Why, hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
You're back to the bar with Christi and Kelly. I'm Christi.
I'm Kelly.
And we are the OG partners in crime from your favorite childhood show, Dance Moms.
Ooh, scary.
I know. How about the opening? I love that we have electricity.
Yeah, and isn't it funny that that's today's episode? It's electricity.
It is.
So.
Well, I wanted to thank the artist, Ashley Jana, for giving us permission to use that song. So everybody do her a solid and go download the song because it's a bop.
It is.
It really
it's so fun.
A bop.
It's so fun to listen to, I think.
It is a fun song, and I think it's perfect to open the show because it gets you in the mood for some fun. And we are good time girls, Kel.
Yes, we are for sure.
We're the good time girls.
Yes.
And I love that we record on Fridays because it gives me permission to be bad on a Friday.
Yeah, to have our what is your drink of choice today?
Oh, I cannot wait to show you. Are you ready?
Oh, God. Mine's not very exciting.
Mine is. Okay, I put a little bit of thought into mine. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm having an electric lemonade.
Oh, my God. You have that shit at home? You had to go shopping specifically.
No.
That's funny. That's
I
cute.
know.
Mine, I was very boring. I had nothing in my house to drink, and I didn't. It's pouring down rain here, so I didn't want to go to the store. So I have a mimosa today, and
that's great.
I don't even really like them.
Well, your mimosa looks very light. It doesn't look like there's
a
whole lot of orange.
Basically champagne. I don't like orange juice.
Oh yeah, I don't either.
It's basically champagne with a splash of OJ.
But that's perfect.
Yes,
that's a big girl mimosa.
Yeah. Oh, and I have a little. I'm having a little picnic. See, I got some cheese and pepperoni.
You have a charcuterie board?
I get hungry.
You have a charcuterie board?
I don't want to drink and not eat, you know.
I just have a lemon.
There you go. You can suck on your lemon. Pucker up, girlfriend.
I cannot believe you brought snacks.
I did. Too bad I couldn't share with you.
I know. We'll have to do some recordings in person. I'm so jealous you have a charcuterie board.
Yeah, I was hungry.
Oh, I was really excited that I had an electric lemonade and you showed me up.
Yeah, that's cute.
We'll call it electricity instead of an electric lemonade.
You should have made me one. What the heck?
Well, and then what? Ship it to you?
Yes.
You're the jerk who moved to Florida.
I know.
Although Florida is superior than Pittsburgh 9 times out of the year, 9 months of the year.
Yes.
So love, love, love. I love that we have the what you are drinking segment. I think that's so us.
Yes.
And I think people would be disappointed if we didn't.
I need to stock up my bar.
Well, all this is vodka, blue, what is it, Curacao? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Curacao and Sprite. I have that. Oh, no, and lemonade. There's a little bit of lemonade in it.
I do not have that blue Curacao or whatever at my house on a daily basis. It shows you're more of a drunk than me.
Or I'm fancy.
No, you're just a drunk.
I'm a fancy drunk. Oh, so before we get into the episode, how floored are you by the reception of everyone in this podcast?
Everybody was so excited. It was so fun.
It's so cute.
So nice
Everyone's
to see, yeah.
This is what we've been waiting for, finally.
They're like, my life can finally be over. Like, I've been waiting for this forever. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Well, and everyone's like, you're finally giving the people what they want. Yeah. Although, we did have some in-person requests, or in-person recording requests, which maybe that'll be down the line.
Oh, yeah?
I didn't
see that one. Cool.
Cocktail book. I love that.
There we go.
we have all kinds of requests.
Yes.
But the excitement that everyone has is really fun, and it's very humbling.
Yeah.
But you know what? I was thinking about this, and I'm like, I am always floored that people still watch this damn show.
I know. I think it was because of COVID people started watching again.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I do agree.
Then I think it's like it's been a few years, so there's a different age group of people watching it now.
For sure.
You know?
And
I mean, because it's been 10 years, so people that weren't even born when we started are now 10.
Watching.
They're now 10 and are watching, you know?
They're watching. And also, the thing that I think that I've seen with the moms is that all the little girls who grew up like that were our kids' age that are watching now as like young adults, they all like us now. Where before they only liked the kids. Yeah. And now they're like, oh, hey, we like the moms.
That mom's cool. Yeah.
Which is why I think you're not supposed to say that.
I know.
If you say it, it automatically excludes you from being one.
Oh, well, thanks.
No, that's not my rule. That's Clara's rule.
Oh. Well, who asked Clara? She thinks it's illegal to serve you alcohol in your own home. Yeah. I'm not
Clara
going by Clara.
She cannot be trusted. She's a bad judge of character. Well, so I think the other big announcement that we have this week, other than just thank you all so much for tuning into the first episode. So fun. I think going back listening to it, I thought we sounded a little nervous.
You think?
I did. Well, but I always think the beginning of the podcast.
It was our first one. So, yeah, we didn't really know what to expect. And we kind of just did it like fly by night. We just really didn't have much planning. We just started talking and, other than watching the episode.
Yeah, and we literally texted each other and we were like, should we do this? And we recorded it 2 days later.
Yeah.
So there wasn't a whole lot going into it planning-wise.
Yeah.
But, but the other big announcement, or the thing that we decided to do, is that we decided that we are going to do a Patreon for all of the stories that we cannot share in public.
All the bad things.
We'll share bad things on here, but all of the really bad things we have to save for a Patreon. There's just some stuff that we can't put out in public. But also on the Patreon, so if you want to check it out and subscribe, we're going to make it available where you can actually watch us record the episode so you can see our lovely faces.
Oh, yes.
Although I look naked today.
Yeah, I look very great. Like, it's been raining here today. I have my hair in a ponytail. That's one thing good. We were talking last week about me wanting to get my hair cut. I don't know, like days like today, it's nice to be able to just throw it in a ponytail. When my hair was cut like that before, I couldn't put it in a ponytail.
Did I spy a clip back there? Is there a banana clip?
Yeah, I do have. It's not a banana clip. Although I own those.
I know. That is a story that we will talk about. I have big notes.
How about it? This is hysterical. I went home a couple weeks ago, and I was in my garage looking for different hair things. So I got the dog, and I had a zillion little bows for my kids. So I wanted to make them into like bows that I could put on my dog's hair. So I said to the girls,
Kelly Highland, stop talking.
I'm like, where is the big bin of all the hair stuff? And Paige looks at me and she goes, why, Mom? Are you looking for the banana clip? I was like, as a matter of fact, yes, I am, Paige, because I don't even know that they sell those anymore.
They do not.
I know, and I still have one.
I know, Kelly, I have so many notes about your banana clip in this episode.
Why? I didn't have one on in there.
No, we'll get to it. You did not have a banana clip.
Did I put it in Paige's hair, I think?
You did.
Okay.
And I have a whole story about when you busted that thing out.
Hey, see? That's why I save things. That's why I save shit. It came in handy, see? No, but I used the banana clip within the past 100 years.
You are the only person I know that has an 8-car garage who cannot park their car in a garage.
I know. It's crazy.
Not one.
It's crazy.
Because you're a hoarder.
Oh, be quiet. See, I used my banana clip.
You're a high-class hoarder. That's what we call it.
The younger people watching, they probably don't even know what a banana clip is.
Don't worry.
You guys have to look it up.
Yeah.
Google it. Google it. It might not even come up on Google. They're so old. Okay, I'm showing my age, people.
Oh, God. So anyway, if you want to see Kelly's banana clip in person, you can subscribe to our Patreon because we're going to have videos available.
I don't think I have it. Paige couldn't find it.
Okay.
I think they lost it. I'd leave home and they'd throw my shit away. See?
Protect the banana clip at all costs.
Yes.
Protect the banana clip. So anyhow, go check out our Patreon. It's patreon.com/backtothebar. So you have an option of doing or watching our videos as we record live. Plus, we are also recording an after party every week, which is so fun. We're going to have the after party. I love a party. The after party bonus episode. And then each month, we are going to be sharing never before seen exclusive content that only you and I have. So.
Although, how about some people have shit that I never even seen?
Oh, yeah.
Like, people will post stuff on, like, Instagram on different sites, pictures, and I'm like, where did they get those pictures? I've never seen that picture before.
They crawled into your bed at night and they stood above you.
So hopefully we have stuff that people haven't seen.
Well, that's true. But I feel like we do.
I'm hoping.
I'm hoping as well. So, here we are on episode 2.
How about it's called Wildly Inappropriate?
Wildly inappropriate.
Yes.
I think that's actually very appropriate.
Yes, I would agree.
Do you want to know when it aired? I actually saw this when I looked at the episode. So it aired originally on July 20th, 2011. So it's actually been 11 years.
Oh, wow.
I know.
We're old.
No, we're young. I was just thinking we look better now than then.
You might. You've had work done. I'm still the same old bitch I was back then. Au naturel over here.
So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to stop interrupting you. I'm going to let you go because you're in charge of this week's episode. I'm just here for the commentary.
I'm never as prepared as you. You, like, remember everything that happens at every second of every day. Not me.
Yeah, I don't know
My
why.
brain only stores so much shit.
You're like an elephant remembers things. What doesn't remember things?
I don't know.
Dory. You're like Dory.
I'm more. You have an elephant brain. I have like a chicken brain, maybe. Bird brain. I'm a bird brain.
The chicken brain. All right, go ahead, bird brain.
I'm thinking they have a small head. That's what I'm thinking. So small brain, small head.
I put too big of a cut in my lemon. It's falling off.
Oh, God. Be quiet with your fancy drink. Okay, so the show opens up again with showing Pittsburgh. And this week we open up right in the pyramid with Abby saying, "You guys got your butts kicked." You know, I have to disagree with that, and I don't know. You might not. We got third place. That's not. I don't
agree with her. We did not get our butts kicked.
That's not really. Third place is not getting your butt kicked. I mean, that's not placing.
No, right. You're still placed, but I do have to stop you for a minute because remember last week I talked about the sign behind us.
Yeah.
Winning isn't everything; it's the only thing.
Yeah.
Did you happen to take a fucking look at the sign behind Abby?
No.
I
try not to look at her.
Right.
I close my eyes when she comes on the screen.
I think that's a PTSD reaction.
Yes.
No, don't make me make eye contact. No.
Yes.
But the sign behind her says, are you ready? Because it's a doozy. It says, talent is God-given. Be humble. Oh. Fame is man-given. Be thankful. Conceit is self-given. Be careful.
Oh, my God. The only thing I can say be careful of is her.
Yeah, I was just like, that's a little foreshadowing to what's to come as she gets a little bit invested in herself.
Yes.
Oh, but she does have her weird voice at one point. Did you notice?
Well, yeah, we will talk about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go
Chloe
ahead.
talks about that.
Okay.
So then she says that we as moms live through our kids and that we shouldn't go to the competitions. The kids should do what she says, not what your mom says, because that equals conflict. Yeah. Like, who tells a kid that? Don't do what your mom says. Like, thank God our kids listen to us and not her.
And then she keeps going on about how she raises kids as her own. Well, the first thing you teach a kid is you listen to your parents.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, did you notice, or do you have any thoughts about your necklace?
Yes, I'll get to that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. You go. I'll just sit. I'm going to sit and have my cocktail. You go.
My necklace was horrible. We can just talk about it now.
It's a dream catcher. You're wearing a dream catcher.
I was like, what is that? It's like a bunch of chains hanging from a thing. It was really bad. You were talking about Holly's Fred Flintstone necklace.
Well, Holly's wearing anal beads in this episode.
Holly probably don't even know what anal beads are. She'll have to Google that like you guys have to Google my banana clip.
We'll have to have Holly go into a sex store with Melissa. She'll school her really fast.
We did that. Now, was Holly with us?
Yes, Holly wouldn't go in the store. That is a story that we have to share on Patreon.
Yes, that was hysterical. Remember that?
Oh, I do.
Oh,
I do. So yes, Holly's wearing anal beads. You're wearing a dream catcher.
Yes. Be quiet. I still own that, by the way. I may wear it this week in honor of you.
Oh.
I could use to catch a few dreams. Okay, so here we are, Pyramid, and Abby looks at Nia and says, Nia, what do you think you need to improve? And Nia says, her feet. And Abby says, her feet, her legs, her shoulders, her arms. She has a mile-long list. Brings down the group. It's like, poor Nia.
She just blinks at her. Blink, blink. Blink, blink.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, but right before they get to that, they show us, and I have to say, it's one of the first times you see you and I do a choreographed eye roll. Like we roll our eyes at the same time.
We are constantly doing eye rolls. Yes,
I know.
That one was just in sync.
Yes, and it was a very level one. It was very subdued. Our eye rolls get much more progressive as the show goes on.
Yeah. So then we go on, and Maddie says, Abby yells a lot, but she wants us to be better dancers, and she cares about all of us. I wanted to choke. Kenzie? I wanted to choke when I heard that. I'm like, she cares about all of us? Yes, and Kenzie was not agreeing with that also.
Kenzie's calling her on her bullshit with her side eye. She's like, oh, bullshit.
Oh, my God. And then Abby asks Chloe, could she have prevented her headband from falling off? And Chloe's just like, yes.
Yeah.
And then she proceeds to say, Abby talks with a deep voice.
It's very scary.
But my favorite part of that is you saying that you're afraid of her deep voice.
Oh, I know. I'm not really afraid of Abby. I don't know why I said that.
You said it like 10 times. Yeah, I'm a little afraid of that.
I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I was trying to make Chloe feel better.
Maybe.
But I do have to say I was wearing one of my classic one-shouldered shirts in that interview.
You had a couple one-shouldered things on this episode. Yeah.
I did. Yes. One shoulder was my thing. And I want to know why all of my t-shirts look like craft projects.
I know. I noticed that.
Yes.
And you have a lot of like ruffly things.
Yes.
I
don't know.
Definitely.
I don't know.
Then Abby announces that we are going to Lancaster, Pennsylvania to
Woo!
Star Quest competition. Does anybody know anything about Lancaster, Pennsylvania? Because, well, first of all, Melissa grew up there, right?
Yeah.
I think Melissa grew up there, and her sister still lives there, I think.
I think so.
But
I don't know.
It is like Amish country there.
Mm-hmm.
So Abby gets the bright idea that we are going to do a West Coast kind of routine that is hot and sassy. And it is called electricity.
And the kids say it with no enthusiasm.
Yeah. But us moms are all sitting there thinking, in Lancaster, we're doing hot and sexy?
Right.
No, she didn't say sexy. She said sassy.
Hot and hot.
Sassy, yes.
So should we play a drinking game every time she says the word hot in this episode we drink? Because she says it a lot.
Okay, but God, I wish I had another thing other than a mimosa. But okay, let's drink. It's hot. She said
okay, hot.
Cheers. Ugh.
Hot and sassy. Music video.
Yes. So then Maddie, of course, is at the top of the pyramid. And Abby says it is because she was great. And her and her mom didn't give any trouble. So that is the reason why she's front and center.
Got it. Kelly, I don't know if you noticed this, but I literally stopped on pause because they're filming Abby from the floor up. So you get this unbelievable angle of her underboob.
Ew. No, I did not look at that. I told you, I close my eyes when she's on, and that is reason why. I don't want to see her under boob.
I could not believe that angle. I was like, oh my God, someone in editing did her dirty.
Ugh.
It was awful. If somebody filmed me from that angle, I would literally press charges.
I don't know. I get a lot of bad angles myself.
Oh, yeah,
like
but you don't get it.
That ham I had last week with the sausage looking thing. Oh my goodness. Like who did that? Why would you put that in? But so then we find out that we have two solos this week, Maddie and Chloe. And I don't know if I missed it or what, but Kenzie and Vivi are doing a duet, but I don't think she mentioned that in Pyramid.
No, I don't think she did. I don't think Vivi was on the Pyramid, was she?
No.
No, because she didn't dance.
Yeah, so they didn't mention that, but we do have a duet also.
And it's why can't we be friends, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Then they come up to us sitting up in dance jail.
Oh god.
And you are sitting there saying, we are like a bunch of jackasses. And you're sitting there shaking your leg. Like,
yeah.
I'm like your foot is like going 100 million miles a minute. I'm like, Christi looks like she's ready to explode today. Like, and you do explode. Later on in the episode, you explode. So I don't know what was going on with you that day, but you were
I don't either.
Little anxious there, girlfriend.
I don't know. Well, again, yeah, I probably could have used a mimosa. Yeah. We are a bunch of jackasses.
Yes, we are. So we sit up there and we talk about how Maddie and Chloe go back and forth being the best in the group. And you say how your goal is for Chloe to beat Maddie. And Chloe's going into rehearsal and you grab her chin and are like, listen to me.
Yeah.
Dance good. What the hell was that?
I don't know. And I really am a psycho dance mom in this episode. This was a 2-drink minimum for me. And watching this, I was like, oh, fuck, I need to go pour myself a cocktail. Because this was a 2-drink minimum episode, for sure.
So after you tell Chloe that, you proceed to tell us that you push her, but that's your job to motivate her because she has the potential to be a star.
A star.
Yes.
That's what we all want for our kids, right?
Yes.
Not happiness, not good grades, a star.
Yes. So then we go back up to us sitting up there, and I say, did you hear that in there? And I says, be like Maddie, be like Maddie. And did you look at Melissa's face?
She looked like she was smelling dog shit.
Okay, I think she wanted to kill me.
Yeah. But she totally had like a dog shit smell face. She was like,
yeah, but that's what it was like. And they didn't really even show it, but when we were in there for the 10 hours filming the Pyramid, that's what it was like, is everybody should be like Maddie. Even Holly says it. She said that everybody did something wrong but Maddie, and how that makes Nia feel bad. Well,
yeah,
that makes everybody feel bad.
Yeah, it still makes me feel bad. Watching that, I was like, oh, that makes me feel bad. Yeah. And you guys were arguing over who was at the bottom.
Yes.
Because at that point, we didn't have that.
Holly was like, Nia is at the bottom of the pyramid. I'm like, well, like, Brooke's down there too. Like, Brooke didn't do anything wrong. And, well, Kenzie was down there, but she just did her duet. But, like,
no, she didn't even dance.
I know. Well, she did
Kenzie
her
just
duet.
went on the plane.
She did the duet.
Not the first episode. She does it this episode.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Brooke's down with Mackenzie.
Who didn't dance.
Who didn't even dance.
Right.
Okay. Well, whatever. And then we're sitting there. Who the hell am I waving to? Do you see me? I'm like looking up above, down. I don't know who the hell I was waving to, but I was very excited to see somebody.
Oh, I don't know, Kel. Who were you waving to?
I don't know.
Was Fred there cleaning the studio?
Oh my God, I would not have that reaction to Fred. I'm thinking more of like some hot stud in there or something is what I was
There's no hot studs around.
Not there, no.
No. So speaking of ruffles and really unfortunate outfits, when Melissa does, it's really quick. She does something, yes,
with the disco
the
ball
silver shirt.
and then the ruffled jacket. I have that in my comments. Like, that was bad. That she wins worst outfit for this episode. I think.
I feel like
a bit much. It was definitely a bit much.
Very Cruella de Vil meets Studio 54.
Yeah, definitely.
It was bad.
Yes. But so then we're sitting, you're saying how it's the Maddie Chloe showdown.
Blah, blah, blah.
That Abby will work with Maddie and you'll have to work with Chloe because there's never any time for anyone else because she's always with Maddie.
Yes.
And then we have Melissa saying that Maddie's the best. She's the star because she follows the rules and pays attention. She has drive, determination, and perfection. She's a perfectionist. Mm-hmm. She's the best dancer in the studio. And her goal is for her to be the dancer of the year at Nationals. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I just had a hard time like taking her seriously with that outfit on.
I know.
She's sitting there saying all this serious stuff, and all I could get past was that shirt and the ruffle jacket. Like,
I was waiting for her to be like petting a crow like a Disney villain. She's the best. Like in that outfit. She's the absolute best.
I just couldn't take her seriously. I mean, she was saying such nice stuff about Maddie and stuff, and I'm thinking to myself, Melissa, like, nobody is taking you seriously because they can't get past that disco ball shirt.
And I am one to wear a disco ball shirt, and that's a fucking unfortunate choice.
My kids are going to a bachelorette party this weekend from my niece.
Oh my God.
And one of the nights, they're having disco ball outfit night.
Shut up.
Paige and Brooke wanted to kill themselves trying to buy an outfit for disco ball night. I should have told them to call Melissa. They could have borrowed her shirt.
Or they could have just came up here. I have a whole closet full downstairs. They could have worn one of my throwback dance mom outfits. Could you imagine? Oh my God. Tell Paige I have the original disco ball shirt.
Yes.
Brooke could wear it as a dress.
Yes. Oh my God. But yeah, I thought that was hysterical.
That's vintage though. I don't know if I want that to see the light of day. It's just it belongs in a museum.
There we go. The ugliest shirt of all.
Fuck you. I wore uglier.
I will get you a plaque made for underneath. You get the trophy, Christi. Chloe might not have won, but you did.
God. No, Melissa wins this episode.
Okay.
Kelly, not me.
Okay.
Go on.
Okay,
I'm
so-
listening.
Then Abby's saying that her mom is a brilliant dance teacher and she is continuing her legacy. But she's better at choreography than being on stage. So she started her company at age 14.
I need to stop you. Go on. What are you going to say?
I was going to say, I think she decided because of the purple leotard.
Yes. And not only the purple leotard, we have to talk about the day the video of her came out. And
Yeah. She was dancing. Who posted that? Just a fan or somebody?
A fan posted a video. So it's her like in her teen years dancing. And I kid you not, I was in Missouri with Brittany. And I think Chloe sent it to me. And I almost fell off my chair. Like Brittany and I were crying at breakfast. And then I think I sent it to you and you're like, Paige just sent this to me. It went like viral through our group chat. And Brittany and Chloe were both watching it and they were like critiquing it like they were dance judges. And they were like, we were so worried about getting her approval and look at her arms.
Yeah. She didn't point her feet. She didn't do nothing right.
No, and there was like fan arms and some grand jetés that were really unfortunate, or flying saucer leaps, as she called it.
Yeah.
So now, based on video evidence, I would agree those who can't should teach.
Yes. So we agree with her on that. And I do have to say, Abby was a very good choreographer.
Oh, yeah.
I do have to say that. Mrs. Miller was my teacher growing up from 2.5 to 14 when Abby started her group. And her mother was the sweetest person. I don't think she ever said anything mean while she was teaching.
Oh, yeah.
So then we see the kids learning the dance.
Oh.
And it's electricity. And Brooke starts, and she's doing this move. And I am like, I don't think I like those moves Brooke's doing. It's way too sexy. And Abby's in the room telling her, you have to be hot and sexy. Act like you're 17. And I'm thinking to myself, but she's not 17. She's 13.
And P.S., 17 is still illegal. It's still jailbait.
Exactly. Like, okay, let's act like we're 17, bro.
If you're going to act older, how about act 18? So it's at least legal. It's like, okay, you're almost legal. So it's equivalent to like, it's just the tip. Like you're almost legal.
Yeah.
Just the tip.
Yes. Oh, do you remember that story about just the tip? That will be another one for after show.
Story.
That was so funny. Oh my goodness. I still say that.
Just the tip?
Yeah, I still say that all the time. And I think of that and I laugh so hard. He was so
Oh my God,
cute.
we were bartenders that night.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I think they lost money on us pouring drinks, though. I'm just saying. We were a very heavy, generous pour.
Yes, plus I think we were drinking as well as serving.
Isn't that what bartenders do?
I think so.
Well, that's what we did.
Yeah. But so now I've seen the first move of the dance, and I'm already upstairs talking about how we're going to Lancaster, and I'm not sure that this dance is appropriate for at Lancaster. Yes. And that's after the first move. We have one move, and I'm already like, okay, this isn't working in Lancaster.
Foreshadowing.
Wow. But so then Abby says that after being at West Coast, she wants a hot. We have 2 drinks.
Oh, hot. Hold on, hot.
Two drinks because we did hot on the last thing. She wants it hot and dynamic and dressed skimpy. And we all keep saying is, but not in Lancaster, not in Lancaster.
Right, because clearly that's acceptable if we're anywhere but. Meanwhile, our kids are 10.
Yes. Yeah. No, I think some of them were 9.
Oh, yeah. Chloe was still 9 at this point.
Yeah.
Maddie was 8. Yeah, Kenzie was 3.
She was 6, but she wasn't in it, so that's okay.
So it's fine. Yeah. Totally fine.
But she might be at the top of the pyramid, even though she didn't perform in it.
Nia's, the same age as Chloe. She's 9. Yeah. Brooke's the only one who's even double digits at this point.
Yeah. Okay, so then Abby says that Chloe sets the tone for the whole dance.
Yes, because she goes out and does that straddle leap, which is actually from 007, which I think on the show was Private Eyes? Because she opened that. Yeah, the little gold jacket. She opened that dance, so they took that move, that opening from that dance. Yeah. That's the only reason Chloe opens that dance.
Yeah. Then Abby says that she doesn't care what anybody thinks. It's her studio, it's her company, and the kids need a challenge and something edgy. That she had taught kids from the ages 3 to 18, and she raises those kids and sends them off to be professional dancers. Then she actually had a quote. The best parenting a parent can do is to raise their child to survive on their own. Mm-hmm. I kind of agree with her quote a little bit.
Uh-huh. No, for sure. I disagree with the tactics.
Yes. Like not listening to your parent and stuff, but I do agree with your children should be self-sufficient enough that they can do things on their own. I do agree with that.
I like that she teaches survival skills because I was like, what survival
for
skills?
Dance. Dance survival.
Well, I was thinking the survival skills that I saw her teach was like how to steal a cot, how to how to sneak cots into hotel rooms. Oh my God, I will never forget. Chloe was eating M&Ms once from the vending machine in her studio, and she came up and hit them out of her hand and told her ballerinas don't eat M&Ms.
No, Abby just hit them out because she wanted to eat them. Yeah. The 5-second rule, man. She was picking those suckers up off the floor as quick as she could.
Like an anteater.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So we're going to go to prison for this.
I know. So then I think Holly wanted to die when Abby tells Nia, more butt, Nia, more butt.
Yep, more butt. It's all about the butt.
Yeah. Okay, so then Melissa comes up and tells us that a new girl auditioned, and that if you think Melissa's perky and happy, that this woman is like Mr. Rogers, and that she's a dance teacher.
Did we ever think Melissa was perky?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, do you hear me?
Yeah,
I'm refilling.
Oh, look at you. Double-fisted again, bitch.
I have 2 drinks, you have snacks. Look, priorities.
Okay, yeah. And look how little my drink is. Who is the lush again in this group?
No, last week you had a fishbowl.
Yeah, but you had a refill.
No, Claire didn't get it. I only had 1.
Oh. We need to train that girl. Chloe would have been right on that.
Chloe's home. Maybe she'll make me a drink.
Yeah.
She knows. Chloe knows. She's an OG. She knows.
Yes. So Melissa's talking about how Cathy is like Mr. Rogers, and, she's not perky. And your comment was hysterical. What did I say? Perky goody two-shoes and snobby Popkins.
Poppins. Snobby Poppins, like Mary Poppins.
Yes, and that Cathy could be Melissa's perky bookend.
Oh, Christ. Well, maybe I did say
you did think she was perky.
All right, she's perky.
Yeah. Okay, she has us come in and try our costumes on standing on a block.
Yeah, I know.
With all the moms sitting there in chairs watching. Mm-hmm. Now, this is definitely for TV because normally we would get our costumes the night before at 10 o'clock and have to have them stoned and done by the next morning.
And steamed because they're shoved in a bag. Yeah.
Yes. So this was definitely for show only. We do not stand and model on blocks.
No. But I do have to say, looking at us sitting there, first of all, Melissa's wearing her nighttime shirt because it's all sequined and her cleavage is really rocked. And you have like this little peekaboo keyhole in the front with your boobs.
I do. I had some cleavage showing there and I don't even have boobs.
Yeah, you must have had a good bra on.
I must have. I think I wore one of those. One was with the 2-inch padding back then.
Uh-huh. Do you remember the ones that you used to pump up?
Yeah, I didn't have one of those. Mine was just solid padding. Yeah. I didn't want to take the chance of the air coming out. I had to have the short thing. I had to have a short thing. So Nia comes out first. And I think that they had Nia come out first because out of all of us in the group, Holly's probably the most conservative.
I would say.
And I think that they figured that they would get the most reaction from Holly. So Nia comes out and Holly is like, where is the rest of her costume?
And I don't even think those costumes were skimpy. I thought they were trashy.
I don't think they were skimpy. And I said this a lot during the thing, like while we were sitting there. I'm like, they wear 2 pieces all the time. It's not different than a bathing suit. And I mean, if you go back to the episodes, we always had 2-piece like booty shorts and our tops on. So I don't think it was that. I think what it was those socks.
It was the socks and the gloves.
Knee-high socks.
Yeah. They just look trashy. They were trashy.
I think that's what made it look so sexy.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. I mean, look, when's the last time you rocked a pair of thigh highs?
Never.
Ooh, I used to wear them in college.
You did?
I went to 8 o'clock economics in my thigh highs.
Well, maybe because I didn't go to college, so
maybe
that's why I didn't wear any.
I would wear little thigh highs with a little pleated skirt and loafers in my 8 o'clock economics class.
Oh, my God. Christy was trying to get some at 8 in the morning.
No, what I was doing is I was setting the stage for the party on Friday night.
Getting ready early.
Yes.
Setting the tone. I'm easy.
Setting the tone.
I'm easy.
No!
Look at me. I'm ready for Friday night.
I was not easy.
It's Monday morning at 8. And I'm ready for Friday. This is what you can expect Friday night.
If anything, I was a big fucking tease, which is terrible.
That's what that is. Yeah, you're teasing them on a Monday for Friday. Wait all week. But one of my favorite things about this is Melissa asks about the socks, and Abby says, they're supposed to be 2 inches above the knee. And Abby tells us to put the double-sided tape. Now, to me, a little bit ago we were talking about Abby teaching survival skills. Mm-hmm. That is one thing that Abby actually taught me. I use double-sided tape probably
on everything,
probably 3 times a week on my outfits.
Oh.
I really and truly do. And every time I put that tape on, I want to shoot myself because I think of her. I do.
She's like an earworm in your brain.
Oh, my God. I do. I think of her every time I use it, but I do. That is a survival tip from Abby that I did get.
That is a good one, but wait.
I'm giving her that.
I'm going to give you the pro tip of that. Did you know toupee tape works even better?
That's what I use.
Oh,
That's
do
what
you?
I use. But it's the same thing. It's double-sided tape, yeah.
But it's even more reinforced.
Yeah, I got that from the show.
Yeah.
Did
we do that?
Adam Butler actually got me a package of it. And I forget what we used to... That's what we used to tape the thing on with.
Oh, the microphone.
Yeah, we used to use toupee tape all the time. And he actually got me a pack, and then I went on and Googled it and ordered it, and that's what I use. That's what I use. 3 times a week I use that.
Hot damn, I never knew. Keeping secrets, holding out, you.
Yeah. So then Chloe comes out.
Oh, wait.
Wait. Paige comes out.
With her sexy little bod.
I know. And I have to say that, to make it even worse. I'm like, you're showing off your sexy little bod. So then wait. We're all sitting there talking. You're talking about how, Lancaster's the home of the Amish buggies, and Holly's saying that they're sexy and scandalous.
And she calls them tarts.
Yeah, and Abby's like, don't say sexy, say skimpy. And while all this is going on, you have to look at Paige. Paige is standing there like she doesn't know if she should stay or if she should
I
go.
didn't notice.
She's kind of like, okay, like, they saw me in my costume, and I think they're done with me, but they're, like, all bitching about what it looks like. So should I stay and have them continue to look at me, or should I get the hell out of here?
I did not notice that. And I'm usually pretty good at noticing that.
She's like, should I stay or should I go?
Oh, God.
But then Chloe comes in. And oh my God, could your daughter have loved this costume anymore?
It.
Oh my God, she was so funny. And then you're like, they look like little prostitutes.
Here's the thing. This is just such a moment that would not happen in 2022 because you can't say prostitute anymore.
Yeah. Oh, we couldn't say a lot of things.
Oh my
that
God.
we said on
No,
there.
but like, it's no longer a prostitute. It's a sex worker. So if they were baby sex workers, would they have been like
oh my,
sex working interns? They're sex interns.
Lovely.
Yeah. So
Paige is an intern right now.
oh, well, she's not a prostitute.
Thank God it's not a sex one. She's working for window screens.
That's the most unsexiest job ever.
Yeah.
Window screens.
I would rather her be
A window screen.
intern for window screens than a sex one.
Right.
But so then you say how Mark would not approve of this, and Abby says that Mark does not get to say anything unless he starts painting and cleaning at the studio. I'm thinking, okay, Mark, get out your paintbrush and your little overalls and come to the studio and paint. And while you're at it, can you like fix the parking lot?
Oh my God, please.
So then we see Cathy arrive.
Yes.
And the only thing I can think of because they show her car pulling in.
Mm-hmm.
Do you
Yes.
remember Abby?
It's a C class.
Always saying, yes. She used to say, oh, she drives a Mercedes, but it's a C class. Thinking, oh my God, are you really for sure?
Did you notice, though, when they showed Cathy in her interview, she looks like the understudy for Mufasa in The Lion King. All I could think of every time I saw her was Mufasa.
Oh my God. That is funny.
She looks like Mufasa. And why is she allowed to wear heels in the studio?
Yeah, we aren't.
Nope. She's clumping around in her little heels.
But why is she even allowed in the studio?
Right.
We aren't.
No.
We'll get into that a little later when she's in there. But so Cathy comes in and she's saying how, all Abby wants is time, dedication, and money. Mm-hmm. And she drives
and a snack.
2.5 hours. Yeah, she forgot the snack. She doesn't know her yet. Give her time. Give her time. But Vivi's in the room with Abby, and Vivi is showing Abby what she can do. And Abby asks her to do a grand jeté.
Uh-huh.
And Vivi has no idea what that is.
Yeah.
And Abby says that when kids from other studios come to her studio, no one knows terminology. And
right.
I do
yes.
agree with, she definitely taught terminology.
For sure.
And that was another survival thing that she taught to the kids for dance survival was, because I have been at auditions and like the kids have said like they didn't even know what like a fouette turn was,
Right.
Like,
I agree with you. Yeah. I totally do. I agree with that.
Yeah. But Vivi says that she just wants to play baseball.
I almost fell off of my chair. Vivi is the unsung hero of Dance Moms.
She maybe says 10 things throughout the whole thing.
And every one of them is gold.
Funny.
It's gold. So I am so team Vivi.
She's funny.
She's hilarious.
So
maybe we should get Vivi as a guest.
Yeah. I wonder if she would still say this kind of stuff.
Maybe.
She seems like she dances more now.
Yeah, she does. She still dances.
What I see on Cathy's YouTube and stuff. Okay, so then Cathy comes upstairs. Or we're up. I'm sorry, wait. We're upstairs. And Melissa comes and tells us that Cathy has money.
Ugh. And we're a bunch of bitches.
She just had to inform us that, like, we really give a shit that Cathy has any money. But Melissa had to make sure that she pointed that out. And that's right. Why I guess that's why Abby's allowing her to come to the studio. Is because she has money.
Well, if we're all paying the same amount for
exactly.
a class, what difference does it make who has quote-unquote money and who doesn't?
Yeah, as long as you're paying. Yeah.
Right.
So, but Cathy comes up and we're stoning.
Oh my God, yes. But you forgot the point where Abby says that she wishes we need to get out of that studio because we've run people out and we all need a job. But yet, we're all sitting there working for her.
Exactly. Every single scene I'm in up there, I'm stoning.
Yep.
Ugh. Whatever. But so Cathy wants to know, what do you do if you don't stone? Well, we stone for her. I wanted to knock her out. No, we told her no. Melissa looks at her and says no. And you looked at her and said, you got to learn. I just look at her like, you're fucking crazy if you think I'm stoning your costume. I have 2 kids to do.
That's exactly it. But wait, this is a perfect time because they show the little patch of like that go on our bags.
Yeah.
That say the girls' names. We were stoning them. I have to tell this Cathy story. This did not make air. I don't even think they filmed it.
That was for their dream duffels, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we all had those dream duffels that had like racks in it that we could hang costumes in. And so we all got these dream duffels and I went to some local place to get it embroidered with all of the girls' names. And I said, because I didn't know Cathy at the time, I had asked someone, I said, what's the little girl's name? And they said, Vivi Ann. So I went and I had it made and it said Vivi Ann, but I did not put the hyphen in. I didn't know it was Vivi hyphen Ann.
Yeah.
I just thought it was Vivi Ann. Well, Cathy walked in, I think it was after the scene, and I was like, oh, I got Vivi one, here. And she looked at it and literally threw it at me because it didn't have a hyphen. She's like, that's not her name.
Meanwhile,
and
you're just trying to be nice.
I was trying to be nice. And like Abby's saying that we run people out. I'm like, no, look, I was trying to be like a welcoming, nice mom and give her like a gift. And she's like, I don't want it. So,
oh, gosh.
Snobby Poppins.
Yeah, we had that right. Well, I go to tell Snobby Poppins that I think it's weird that she drives 2.5 hours to a studio when she owns her own studio. I'm like, why don't you make your own studio good enough for your daughter?
Good enough for your own kid.
Like, I don't understand why she would do that. Like, instead of driving 2.5 hours each way, the money she spent in gas, she could have spent on private lessons for Vivi with some amazing teacher that came to her studio.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I thought that was kind of weird.
Yeah, it is weird.
But then she tells us how we're unorganized and that
they have a seamstress.
Yes, and why do we have to stone our own costumes the week of competition?
Yeah.
Little did she know it was the week of. Usually we're the night before.
Well, usually we were doing it on the bus.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we had a long lead time here. We got the costumes like Monday.
Yep. So then we go to the solos, and Chloe's doing musical theater, and it's called Baby Mine. Mm-hmm. And Maddie is doing an emotional lyrical called Cry.
I love emotional lyricals.
So they go to the interview of Maddie, and she's saying that she dances 7 days a week from 4 to 10. And what I thought was funny is she says, but I don't get home until 11:30.
What are they doing? They live 10 minutes away.
I think maybe she carpools with Cathy. Because from 10 to 11:45, we don't know where Melissa, Maddie, and Kenzie are. It's a really long ride home.
Yep. That's for sure.
I thought that was pretty funny.
Mm-hmm. And then here comes Psycho. That's me.
Yes. Yes. So you want to know why your kid has a solo and she isn't working on it. And I
accurate.
Yes. And I look at you and say it's because your daughter is not a Ziegler. And Melissa was just appalled. Like,
right.
Appalled that I said that. But
how can you see it and not know? Like, even if you...
It's like very clear.
It's a fact.
It is, yes. And everybody's seen it. People used to say me and you were jealous, but everybody saw it. They only focused on me and you saying it.
We would just call it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's obvious. There's one in a studio with a dance teacher, and then you have me being a psychopath on a front porch.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
You on like a 2x2 front porch practicing. Your daughter's on a wood floor, but wait, you have on a one-sleeved dress. Like, what are you doing?
I know, Kelly, please.
Like, there was a camera there. Because who else sits and rehearses dances on their front porch in a one-sleeved dress? That would have maybe been a good time for one of those, like, handmade T-shirts that you used to wear.
not a one-sleeve fancy dress.
Yeah.
That's how I always go outside at 8 o'clock at night.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, God, I'm 100% a dance mom, stage mom, all of the above psychopath in that scene. Oh, I hated it. I think that's at the point where I was like, okay, I need a drink. I seriously think that's where I was like, okay, bye. I need to start drinking immediately.
Yes, because you were sitting there saying how Chloe's always being held down. She's not able to excel, and it's not fair, and it's not the same treatment. And
I don't think I would like me if I was watching this show and not knowing me.
I know we are bitches,
and
we're whining and bitches.
Whiny
but we
bitches.
really aren't like that in real life.
No, not at all.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I think we are truth tellers.
Yeah, it was like I don't know, whatever.
I think we are truth tellers.
People can think whatever they want, I guess, but they weren't really there. Maybe that's why me and you were such good friends, because we like knew what was really going on, and we were in the same kind of boat. So
it's like we're not criminals, war survivors. No, war veterans. No, what's the word?
I don't know. You're asking me? You were the one that went to college. Come
In
on,
my
bitch!
thigh.
Didn't you learn anything there in your thigh highs? I have an excuse for not knowing. I didn't go to
was
college.
too busy flirting instead of learning.
Yes, obviously.
Can I interject for a moment? Well, go on, and then I have such a statement, but you go first.
Okay, well, I was going to go to the next day of rehearsal.
Yeah.
Okay, so we go to the next day of rehearsal, and Cathy comes in again, and we're still sitting up there stoning, and she calls us stoners. Well, like I said in the last podcast... You skipped.
What did I
skip?
One of the most monumental moments of Dance Moms.
What was it?
It was the very first sighting of Abby's flip-flop shirt.
I didn't even look. I told you, I close my eyes when she comes on the screen.
It was when Chloe was finally running her solo. It's the first time we saw the flip-flop shirt.
I told you I closed my eyes on that.
I know, but I fucking fell off of my chair on the front porch. I was like, I can't even. We're gonna see that shirt quite a few times.
Yes, a lot. That's because all the flip-flops were different colors, so she could like match her jewelry with it. She just changed the headband and the jewelry. You know,
and thought it was like a different look.
Yeah, like she wore green one day and then red the next time.
I actually have flip-flop shirt written on my notes in big letters.
Oh my god!
Because I was so excited to see it. I've been waiting. And you saw baby Clara upstairs for the first time.
Yeah,
little baby.
We saw Claire last episode too. Remember sitting on the counter getting the grape jelly?
Yeah. We did.
Yeah.
But the first time in the studio, I guess.
Yeah.
And Cathy, I'm no stoner, and we literally look at her.
She calls us stoners.
Uh-huh.
We should have been stoners.
I know.
We should have. I think you would have been much more chilled out.
My foot wouldn't have been going.
Yeah, we would have been much more chilled out.
But we looked at her with actual
the
disgust.
dirtiest looks ever. We didn't even roll our eyes. They were just like looks of like hate. Like we just met you and we hate you already.
We hate you. I could never believe when all the new people would come in and they would always target us. I would not target you and I if I was new to a studio.
Yeah, no. I would go after the quiet people.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, for sure. So then Cathy opens up a whole bag of worms, man. She asks how we get our housework done.
Oh, God.
And you just like went on a rampage. You have Cheerios everywhere.
I have to sweep.
But that is my favorite thing, because that is my, I can't believe, Christi used to go home every night and have to have sweeper marks in her carpet.
Vacuum lines, we'll say, for people who aren't from Pittsburgh.
Okay, for her before her husband came home from work.
Oh, my God. I don't do it anymore.
Well, thank God.
I know. I know.
For years.
I
used to be like, are you kidding me? You're going home and putting marks in your carpet with the sweeper.
Because he would come home and if there weren't vacuum lines, he like couldn't handle it. And I'm losing my shit.
I would be handing him the vacuum cleaner saying, here, put them in yourself.
I bought a Roomba.
There you go. I have one of them too.
I bought a Roomba.
Mine doesn't make like marks though. Like that.
Oh, mine does.
Well, I don't have that kind of carpet.
Oh.
Like your carpet is probably more shag.
Yeah, mine. Well, I don't have a fucking shag carpet. It's not 1970.
Hey, you never know.
I do not have a shag carpet. It does make marks, though.
Okay.
But I'm losing my shit, losing my mind.
You start crying. You can't get anything done, and you need to go home.
I know. It's very dramatic. Now, I will say, I know exactly why I was losing my mind.
Why?
And I can tell you why. Because it was a Wednesday. And we didn't normally, at that time, go to dance on Wednesdays. So Wednesdays was my day in the middle of the week.
To get caught up.
I would get caught up. Chloe would do her homework. And she was really exhausted from flying back and forth from Phoenix that weekend, and I kept saying, don't worry, Wednesday we can catch up. And then we ended up being at the studio that entire time on Wednesday. That's why I lost my mind. I was not expecting to be there till 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And so that's why I was like, no, I gotta leave. I have to leave. And at the time, I still owned my business that I was trying to run, which, please, in like 3 episodes, I just totally let it go to shit. And I'm like, whatever. Like, I hope the show works out. But that's why I lost my mind. And look, not an excuse, but that's the real story.
So
you did see Blueberry.
I have that coming up. Yeah.
Do you?
We go to the front desk first.
Uh-huh.
And you tell Abby how 7 days of dance is a lot.
Yes, it is.
And Abby tells you to not be on Broadway then, because
right.
that's 12 hours, not 7. And that you guys can sleep on the bus.
Uh-huh. So that's our Abby Broadway reference. Should we drink, or are we just drinking on hot?
We can drink whenever you want.
Yeah.
I just ate a piece of pepperoni and cheese, so I could use a drink. Cheers. I mean, wash my food down.
I just have to say, this episode is already an hour long, so I hope you're enjoying it, because we've got a ways to go.
Oh my God. I still have 3 pages of notes.
It's fine.
Maybe we should edit some.
Nah, people will like it. And if you don't, just skip through some shit.
Okay.
I think we're very entertaining.
Okay, so then we see Blueberry. Blueberry
is my van.
Princess Cameo. Ugly looking thing.
15 minutes of fame. Oh my God, but when they show me crying in my interview, I have questions about why I'm wearing such purple eyeshadow. Oh, it's horrifying. I am so uncomfortable watching that. Oh, everything about that makes me feel gross. Hate it.
Gosh.
It's embarrassing. Whatever.
Okay, so what ends up happening is, Abby says that Maddie's in there dancing and you should not leave early. So you and Chloe decide that Chloe should stay. You're going to go home and you'll come back and get her.
I'm sweeping and cleaning up Cheerios.
Yes. So then that's the end of that. Then they show us getting on the bus the next morning at 6 a.m. God.
Is that what time it is?
Yeah. It said right on the screen, 6 a.m.
Oh, I didn't know.
And Abby comes pulling in, and her car almost gets sucked in by the potholes.
I know.
It's like, oh my God, we almost lost her. We couldn't have been so lucky. Thinking, let it suck her up in. But then we see her getting out of the car, and she has a towel on her head.
And your kids are like,
I know. We're like, look at her hair. Oh, we're so mean. Then they show that we're all on the bus.
It's a nice bus. We never had that nice bus again.
Yeah.
No, we didn't. It had little window screens. It had like bucket seats. There's probably a charger.
Yeah. Well, how about Cathy? She didn't want to put her luggage on the bus. She wants to know if somebody's going to help her load her luggage.
Yeah.
And then there's me. I'm like, I don't want to sit by the kids.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up front.
Meanwhile, I'm like, can I sit in the bathroom?
Okay, but little did I know that I was sitting up front with Cathy, who was going to whine the entire time about being sick and
hot.
And oh my God.
And menopause.
Like,
I blame menopause. That was menopause.
Right. She is a lot older than us. I'm just starting to go through that shit now.
Yeah.
And we have Abby yelling at the bus driver that he doesn't know the directions.
Which, P.S., that is legit.
Yeah.
Like, that is legit.
Yeah.
She used to do it on Sunday nights when there was no cameras around, and we would be coming home, and all of us would be on the bus ready to kill ourselves, and she would be screaming at him why he was going in that direction.
Yeah. And then they have Maddie and Chloe are doing their makeup and stretching and putting their costumes on the bus. Like, ugh, can you imagine putting a costume on in that disgusting bathroom?
No.
I would like hold my going to the bathroom for 12 hours because I did not want to go back there. And they're back there changing into their costumes.
Did Brooke have a solo that episode that they just didn't show?
I don't remember. I can't ever remember that kind of stuff.
I know there's plenty of times that Brooke did.
Brooke had a lot of solos that were never shown, yeah.
I don't think it was that episode.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you know what we hear for the first time from Abby, though?
What?
Huge! Huge! Instead of huge, she says huge! Huge! She's not the only orange reality human that we know that says the word huge either.
Yeah.
Huge!
Okay, so Chloe's solo goes first.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's cute.
Yeah. She does very good. Paige is always watching them dance. She's so funny.
She's so sweet. But I have to say, Chloe's headpiece had a lot of apparatus and parts and pieces.
Thank God it was tied in there good enough.
Nothing fell off because I was in charge. I just want to point that out. Yeah. Right. Okay.
Yeah, you weren't in the bar.
But the applause track during her solo was killing me. It was like watching an 80s sitcom.
Yeah. Yeah. Applaud now.
Yeah. It's crazy.
But I was impressed that when she came off the stage, Abby told her that she did good.
Oh, did she?
Yeah, she said that was good, but then she had to say, but watch your feet.
Okay, great.
But she got it, that was good.
Good. Did she get a hug?
Oh, God, I don't
No,
think
she didn't.
So. I don't
she
know.
didn't. I know she didn't. That's why I was asking.
But then Maddie does her solo, and she got a good girl. No watch your feet, just good girl.
And a hug.
And Melissa, while she was watching, cried again.
Hysterical.
Hysterical. Every dance she cries.
Every dance.
Yeah.
Every dance. And Abby's bangs are very unfortunate. I just want to point out.
You pointed them out last week.
I'm pointing them out again because this is clearly before we had glam.
So then they show awards and Maddie wins the crown.
Mm-hmm.
And I love what Abby says. She says, of course, she wouldn't have expected anything less.
Right.
Than for Maddie to win.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So then we have a surprise of Kenzie and Vivi's duet.
Mm-hmm. Oh, was it a surprise?
Well, she didn't do it at the pyramid, so it was kind of a surprise.
All right. They're cute. They're little.
Yeah, they were cute. And Vivi says that she goes to a lot of competitions, but she just wants to go home.
Retweet, Vivi. Retweet. I would too.
Another good line from Vivi. I thought their dance was cute. They did a lot of partnering tricks, which I thought was cute.
Yeah.
I used to like those. So then they show us in the dressing room.
This is where your banana clip makes a cameo.
I know, but how about the banana clip was way better than Brooke's hair?
Why did she have the ponytail in the back?
I don't know.
With the bow.
She had two ponytails on the side and one in the back. Like, what was I thinking? What was I thinking?
I don't know.
The banana clip was a hit. It was Brooke's ponytails that was that was my misdemeanor of the episode. I've had two. Paige with the banana clip and Brooke with three ponies.
I have to say, though, Kelly came in when we were deciding about what hairdos who was going to have. Kelly was so fucking excited because she had an original banana clip from Kmart. Yes. She's like, I bought it in 1984 in Kmart.
Yeah.
And I still have it.
Yes, I'm very upset.
The name of this episode is Kelly's Banana Clip, by the way.
Yeah, it should have been.
Sure. It should have been. No, the name of the podcast episode is Kelly's Banana Clip.
Okay, there we go.
And so there was also something that happened backstage that, because I know you're going to talk more about what happened back there, but I have to say there's something else that happened backstage that did not make air. You went out and got a trash can and you were carrying it in because we needed a trash can. There was not one in the room. And Abby lost her mind that she wanted you on camera as white trash.
Well, of course she did. Anything to humiliate me. Really?
She's like, did you get it? Did you get it? Did you get it?
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't make me walk back out and carry it in 10 times, so they could get the perfect angle, with my back fat hanging out too.
And your white trash.
God. Whatever. So how about Abby tells us that the girls either need to lay down and do sit-ups or they need to paint their abs on.
Now, if that was the case, I would be doing 100 sit-ups all day, every day. That does not work.
I think I need to start painting my abs on. That
Me
might
too.
be another survival tip that she taught me.
Yeah.
Paint them
Could you
suckers on.
imagine
If you don't have real ones, paint them.
Could you imagine if you came to the pool with all of my, like, you know, sausage rolls and I just had,
And then
like...
you had abs.
abs.
But the best part would be going in the water and you come out and your abs are gone. Definitely need some waterproof makeup there. Oh, gosh.
Oh, God.
So what else happened in the dressing room? Anything else exciting? Holly thinks that they're going to get disqualified.
Holly's eyeshadow matches her scarf, which I think is actually not a bad look.
I'm surprised Holly had eyeshadow on.
She did. She had eyeshadow on. Her scarf matched. I am wearing a maternity shirt. I'm quite certain of it.
Oh, gosh.
It was very unfortunate. And I had the biggest, ugliest sack purse. It looked like a ball sack hanging on my arm. It was the biggest, ugliest metallic bag I've ever seen.
I think you spend a whole... You watch the episode looking at the clothes. I didn't pay attention to that clothes.
Holy shit. It's bad.
Okay, so Holly says that... well, first of all, they were coming out to the competition, and the girls come walking down the steps. They have their Sex in the City moment.
Oh, they do.
They all come walking down the steps all in a row.
I remember
that was cute.
So vividly walking behind them and seeing that shot being shot.
Yeah.
I totally remember
cute.
that.
I thought
they
it was
were cute.
Brooke looked disgusted again, but she's like, oh, I want to shoot myself. Look at my hair with the 3 ponies, pony in the back, 2 ponies on the side. I look like a sleaze bucket, and my friends are all out at the ball.
And she's like, and everybody's going to see that this summer.
My mom and my sister.
A sleaze bucket.
But Holly says that she thinks we're going to get disqualified, and that she hopes she does not want anybody from work to see this.
Oh, God.
And Melissa says that Maddie doesn't know what sexy is. She just wants to dance. I think Maddie would know what sexy is.
Yeah, she knows.
Because when Abby says to do a sexy move, she knew exactly what to do.
Yeah, but
they all did. They all did. I'm not just saying Maddie did. All the girls knew.
They all knew. Yeah. Please, they saw all of the senior dancers at the studio. They knew
exactly. They know how to dance sexy.
When Nia is slapping her ass though, and they pan to Holly sitting in the audience like this. I don't remember very many scenes from the show, like from what they showed. I remember it from like how I saw it. But that scene lives rent free in my head all the time. I just see Nia slapping her ass and Holly being like, you know, Holly's thinking fuck.
Yes.
You know, Holly's thinking fuck.
Yes, absolutely. But how about when they're on stage dancing, all the other dancers watching them from behind the curtain? They were like, oh my God, I've never seen anything like this before in my life.
Ever. Oh my God, those little harlots, those sex interns. Look at them.
I do have to say too, when the camera angles were terrible on that dance.
Season
you
1,
even see any of the dance. They just like zoomed in on faces and stuff. Like Brooke comes out doing her front aerial and stuff, and they don't show any of it. They show like somebody's face. Like,
I have electricity. I have the full dance.
Yeah, well, we should play it because maybe on our thing we could play that.
On Patreon?
Yeah, because you really didn't get to see the dance. I thought the dance was actually very good.
The dance was good, actually, except for the open the lake part. Like, come on, we don't need that. But they didn't show, I don't think, in season 1, very good coverage of dances. And so I always... Well, this is even before the show aired. I always bought the dances in their entirety. So I have... probably every dance from season 1 in my office. I think. I'm like 99% sure I own electricity.
Oh, cool. We should play it.
We should.
Yeah.
Wait, I loved when they were like, in first place with $100 prize.
Yeah,
like, $100 prize.
Split it between 18 of us.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, what idiots we are.
How disgusted did our kids look that we didn't place?
I know, they weren't used to that.
I'm sitting there thinking, I think they're sitting there thinking to themselves, oh, we're going to be killed tomorrow.
I know.
Like what in Pyramid, we're just going to be like tortured.
I know. Those poor kids.
Then they come out and Nia says, well, maybe it's because it was inappropriate. And Abby looks at her and says, well, maybe the judges didn't like you, but maybe I didn't like what they wore. I'm thinking, oh, okay, did they have thigh highs on at age 8?
I don't think so. But did you hear what Melissa said in the background? She
No.
goes, can we really go eat yet?
Because they always starved us.
I know, but I heard that and I was like, yes, that's exactly my
Melissa,
sentiment.
we can go in the dressing room and sit on the floor and eat our lunch.
Yeah,
That's what
died.
we used to do.
When she said, can we eat yet? I'm like, yes, can we go eat, please?
Remember, we never even got tables to eat.
Never.
So then you and Holly pull Abby aside and say that you want to talk.
We verbally assaulted her, let's be clear.
Oh my God, yes. Like, it was horrible. You verbally assaulted her and that everyone is replaceable.
Oh, first time we heard it.
Yes.
Please drink.
Yes.
That's a drinking moment.
Yes, for sure.
Everyone's replaceable.
Yes, we are.
Which becomes the mantra of the show.
Replace me, please.
Please,
Please. So you guys are talking to Abby, and Holly says about them slapping their butts and gyrating, and you're like, the open the legs thing was just not right.
It wasn't.
And Abby's in your face telling you that Chloe loved what she was wearing.
Which I actually agree with Abby. Chloe did love it. There's not much I can say.
But you were trying to give Abby, Abby gives us survival tips for dance. You were trying to give her a parenting survival tip that, it is the job of the parent to make sure that the kids are appropriate. But Abby really didn't care.
She's
like,
understand.
if you don't like it, don't come. I swear in this episode, she said, don't come or leave or get a job or come back at the end of the night. She had to say that like 6 times in this episode. She really did not
trying to
want
tell us
there.
something.
Yeah, it was only episode 2 and she already wanted us gone.
Little did she know.
Little did she know it took till season 4 for me to finally get smart and get the hell out of there.
That's right.
So then Holly, after your conversation, Holly is like, I'm emotional. I have to leave. She's like, I have to go right now because I'm way too emotional. I thought that was pretty funny. And
that is funny.
And that's when Abby said you verbally abused.
Assaulted
her.
I assaulted her.
We were replaceable. Mm-hmm. And that was the end.
That's the end. So wait, Maddie got first for her solo. Did the duet place?
I don't think they showed it.
I don't think they showed it. I mean, there's some controversy over Chloe's solo, which we will get into in the after show to this week. The group dance didn't place. So we will find out who is at the top of the pyramid next week.
Now, I have to say that I think these 2 dances should have been switched.
What do you mean?
I think it was very poor planning.
God,
we should
yes.
have done electricity at West Coast in Phoenix, Arizona.
Yes.
And we should have did party at Lancaster.
Yes, agreed.
And I think we would have did fine at both places. But
now, if you had your own dance studio, Kelly, you could make those decisions.
Yes, but we know this is not mine, and I have no say-so.
Right. So, okay, now, I think one thing that we need to do every single episode, even though this episode is going long, but again, I think people are going to listen. I think that they're going to like it. Thank you for hanging in with us. Let's do a couple of things that I think we should do at the end of every episode. First of all, we have questions. People have asked us a million questions online. I think we should answer a question. And then I have a couple other things I think we should address. But the first question we have is from M3HR_AIL. I need to have a chat with her about having an easier handle.
That is very long, yes.
I know.
Holy mackerel.
But she asked, are there any surprises during the podcasts? Like our podcast, Back to the Bar. Yes, we have a lot of really fun things planned.
Yes, of course.
Don't you worry. We're just getting started, okay? We are just getting started. We're finding our groove. We're figuring it out. We're going to give the people what they want.
It's us. We're fun.
We are fun. We're the fun moms.
Yes.
We have lots of really, really fun things planned. So you hang in here because you're going to love it. Then we have a bunch of other questions we're going to actually answer on the after show today. But let's get into a couple of things I think we should do every episode. First of all, what is your cocktail scale for this episode? How many cocktails did it take you to get through to watch this? Or how many cocktails did you need to drink in order to get through this?
See, I think mine was pretty low because...
Yours was low-key, yeah.
Yeah, because I didn't have any solos, duets, or anything like that. It's just a group.
I'm at a 2-drink minimum. This was a bad one for me.
Yeah?
I had a fuck it moment. Yes, I'm crying. I'm dramatic.
Oh, you were a disaster, yes.
Yes.
You were definitely a disaster.
I think it took me, I started off with 2. I think I ended up with 2.5 to 3. So this is like a 2.5 to 3 drink cocktail. And I have another one coming up this season that I know is disgusting, that it's probably going to be an 8 cocktail episode. But this one was like a 2.5, 3, somewhere in there.
Oh my God, if you were a 2, I'm definitely a 1.
Right. Okay. How many felonies or misdemeanors did you have?
I had 2.
What were they?
Brooke's hair and Paige's hair.
Oh.
Those were Brooks might have been a felony.
Yeah. I think Brooks was a felony.
I can't believe she let me do that.
I can't either. She probably at that point was like, whatever.
I know.
I definitely had a felony crying in the parking lot. I probably had a misdemeanor opening my mouth about the costumes. Did I have any other ones? Can you think of any? Oh, when I grabbed Chloe's chin, that's good. Yeah. That was probably a misdemeanor. Yeah. Maybe edging. That's not a felony. I have felonies coming up. Yeah. I need to save those. Yeah. All right. So I had a few. Okay. So your dream catcher necklace. I think that was your most offensive look. Would you wear that now?
I still own it.
I cannot stand you.
I do.
I know you do.
Because you know what? It's going to come back into style. Not that he was even in style back then. Yeah, so I made a statement with that. It was a statement necklace.
It was a statement. It was, I'm an asshole. That was the statement. So you would wear that now.
I don't think I would wear that now.
But you own it.
I think I would probably wear. What did I have on? I wore.
You had like a turquoise t-shirt.
Yeah, that's the one that was the back fat.
You wore it 2 weeks in a row. I find that hard to believe.
No, but it was showing from the week before. So that was from the week before.
Got it.
That was my back fat shirt. But then I had a burgundy top with the keyhole. I like that. Yes. I would wear that again.
Yeah, that was fine. Your boobs looked good. That was fine.
I had a black cowl neck dress on up there. I would wear that again. It was just plain black, and it just had
that was cute.
Neck.
Yeah, that was cute.
And then on the bus, I had a black dress on with the blue and green designs. I actually I actually like that dress. Oh, it's very comfortable.
I know exactly what kind of fabric it is.
Yeah, it's very comfortable.
Yep.
Like, I would maybe wear that again. It's probably not in style, but I'm really not no fashionista anymore. So. And then,
well, I was clearly not a fashionista on there.
I had an army green colored dress on. It was
I remember
just plain
that dress.
And basic.
I remember. They didn't show very much of that.
Yeah. I don't think I was very offensive this week other than the necklace that I had on the week before.
I was pretty offensive, but I feel like I'm very offensive in many places. But I had a lot of embellished T-shirts, which I'm thinking TJ Maxx is the culprit. Yeah, you had the top
with the rose.
Yeah,
the one-sleeve dress out on the porch.
Out on the porch.
I think the dress was nice, but I don't think it was appropriate for that scene.
To be fair, I had flip-flops on.
Okay. But I think Melissa won the worst.
Melissa's the bottom of the pyramid.
I think she did because of that disco top with the ruffles.
She wins bottom of the pyramid. Although I have to say, I feel like Holly's anal beads come in a close second. She had a lot of anal beads on.
I need to ask Holly if she knows what those are.
She does not.
She does. I know.
I'm going to text her. Holly, do you know what anal beads are? Although I do still stand by the fact I think she has a secret stripper pole in her bedroom. I do.
Oh my God! No, she does not.
I think she does. I think the ceiling opens up and it comes down and Evan gets a whole night.
Oh my goodness. No, she doesn't.
No.
Poor Holly. I can't even get her to do anything. I have a bucket list 1,000,000 miles long for her. I keep trying to get her to do shit.
She doesn't do a thing.
The girl doesn't even pee in the shower, for God's sake. Like, who doesn't pee in the shower? Have you never peed in the shower?
That's a lie.
She said she did.
I don't believe that. But I will say the other person I think that is really giving Abby a run for her money on the bottom of the pyramid for the outfit, I'm going to go with the flip-flop shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That flip-flop shirt.
Oh, Abby loses every week. She's definitely on that bottom row every week, just like Paige and my kids wear it. Bottom of pyramid every week. Abby's joining them with her outfits. I'm sorry, I'm pouring another drink.
I see that. And you've just given up on the
Orange juice, yeah.
Yeah, whatever, fine. All right, so I guess the thing that we can leave you with is thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out this entire time. I hope you enjoyed that episode. Look, we have a lot of shit to talk about, and there's a lot of side notes. There's a lot of hard left turns.
I think it's hard to not say, like, what was going, because otherwise, if you're not watching the show, it's hard to understand what's going on unless we explain step by step, like, this is where we are, this is what's happening, this is who's saying
what we were thinking.
Yeah.
And
so.
what was happening behind the scenes.
It's kind of hard. Maybe we can, once
we'll
we've
try
done
to
a few more
up.
episodes, we'll get the hang of it, and we'll make it a little shorter.
Or we won't, because we have a lot to say, and you're here hanging out with us. So
okay, sounds good.
Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to review, rate, subscribe, all the things. Check out our Patreon. Hang out with us. Let us know a cocktail that you think we should drink next week. I have no idea what next week's episode is, so I'll have to get clever on my cocktails.
Oh my God, I'm not getting clever matching them to the episode. I'm just thinking what I'm thirsty for. All
right. Well, you do that. But you know... That's your bird brain, and I have the elephant brain.
Okay.
So
go ahead, elephant.
All right. We'll see you next week. Don't do anything we wouldn't do.
We'll leave you open. Bye. Thanks for listening to Back to the Bar.
Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you love to listen to your podcasts.
And check out our YouTube channel, Back to the Bar, if you want to watch the episodes. The channel is linked in our show notes.
And if you want to join our weekly after party,
where we dish even more dirt,
like naked pizza, Kel, subscribe to our Patreon channel at patreon.com/backtothebar. See you next time.
See you next time.
Baby, I just wanna dance.